The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing, right. Just as an example.
Hey, this is Lucas and welcome back to the channel. So the first thing I want to say is I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I now have 61 subscribers, and for me, I'm super proud of that. I never thought I'd get 3. So I really appreciate everybody who is subscribing to the channel. I just wanted to say thank you for that. Also, if you don't care, if you could follow me on Twitter, and my Twitter handle is @LucasIsFree. And I'm trying to get that up and going, and trying to get some followers on there. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. So in my last video, I touched on the fact that Yuval Harari has made it abundantly clear that about his thoughts on human free choice, and how human free choice, it seems to just absolutely disgust him, and that he believes that the usefulness of humans has come to an end because of robotics and AI, and in his words, the majority of the population is useless. And he also has been floating the idea of using gene editing on humans. Now, we don't know to what extent they'll do that. He was talking about gene editing, AI, and all of this stuff changing your decision and your free will. So here's who I wanted to listen to now. And sometimes I believe that people, like I said in the last video, that people think this is a conspiracy. This is too big to actually happen. They're not going to do this stuff to people. But so let's just take a listen of somebody else in the World Economic Forum, and that is Klaus Schwab. And he is, and this is who Yuval Harari advises. Klaus Schwab is the executive director of the WEF. And remember that Klaus Schwab, through the WEF, is partnered with hundreds of billion-dollar corporations. And these corporations control all commerce on the planet. So listen to what he says here.
The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing, right. Just as an example, it's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
Yeah. And offers certain kinds of possibilities that have to be careful about. When you began to do that kind of gene editing, some people worry that you are changing what it means to be human.
That's the problem. And of course, the new industrial revolution offers us many opportunities, but it raises manifold questions on the ethical, but even legal implications. And we have to be prepared for it. And that's what we want to do in Davos.
So Klaus Schwab is saying that the fourth industrial revolution will include gene editing, because his quote here, and somebody actually took the time to get the quote, is fourth industrial revolution does not change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing as an example. He's telling you part of the fourth industrial revolution will be to edit your genes. So now let's talk about why I think they must engage in gene editing on you and your family. There's a couple reasons, and I want to talk about one main reason. But first, we have to really understand what this Great Reset is. The Great Reset is not going to be about, you happen to spend cryptocurrency or drive an electric car. The Great Reset is going to change everything we know about living life. Nothing will ever be the same again. And they plan on taking everything you own. Your food will be changed. Fresh meat and produce will no longer be available to most people. Your protein sources will be derived from insects and plastic, and no longer will there be small farms due to the cost of carbon credits and climate change. People will be forced into large population centers, or what they call smart or mega cities, and rural life will be a thing of the past. The metaverse will rob you of travel and the time spent with your loved ones in person. Carbon credits will ensure that travel for most will be out of the question. It'll simply be too expensive, and everything you do, from meeting your friends to going grocery shopping, will be done through your home computer. It will even change how humans define having children. We will also see the continuation of forced medication like we've seen over the last couple years. And you'll be forced to rent everything you want to use and have it delivered via drones to your home. And on top of that, large companies like BlackRock, who are buying up entire neighborhoods of homes, are making home ownership near impossible. And these changes that I just talked about are just the tip of the iceberg. Think about how shocking this sudden shift in every aspect of human life will be, and the anger it will cause when people finally understand what is being done to them and by who. The elite know that humans will not put up with the changes that the reset will bring, and that is why they need you to be content with the reset. Human spirit is what has been the problem for most tyrants over the last few thousand years, and that is that humans eventually stand up to those in power and hold them accountable for their actions. These modern elite need you to be content with this reset and to never rise against them. And the only way to make you content is to edit the human race into becoming more docile and accepting of this reset. That this is why we're now seeing them openly talk about human genetic editing. Now, here's the scariest part of this gene editing stuff that we're hearing about now. If they started, then I could only assume that it would be damn near impossible to be undone, or at the very least, it would be very, very hard to undo it. Because once the genie was out of the bottle, it would be very hard to put it back in. It wouldn't be as simple as undoing a new tax or a law that a politician has put in place. Also, think about this for a minute. If they do plan to edit humans into becoming a more docile race that is happy with owning nothing, would we even have the ability to recognize what's been done to us or take action against it? Wouldn't that be the goal of the elite, to make you so docile that even if you found out that you were wronged, that you would be unable to act to change it? Okay, I wanted to make this video short today. Sometimes my videos tend to ramble on for too long because there just seems to be so much information, and it is hard to get all that information together and connecting it. And I want to leave this video here as it is, and I want people to really think about what these elite have planned for all of us. And I want people to really think about the vast scope of change that is coming, because they've been planning this for hundreds of years. And if you don't care, please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment below, and I do take time to read them all. And I really appreciate you sticking around and listening. Thanks. Take care.